Make sure your all ears are here. Our first speaker is Shri Hans Raj Verma IAS, Chairman and Managing Director, Tamilnadu Industrial Investment Corporation. He is currently serving as the Chairman and Managing Director, and in this role, he brings extensive experience and expertise in administrative leadership to drive the corporation's mission of promoting industrial growth and economic development in Tamil Nadu. May I please request everyone's hand? We have Shri Hans Raj Verma.
Organizers of the event, Cywayz, distinguished delegates, and fellow professionals. I stand before you on this podium as a fellow professional with a deep interest in cybersecurity, cyber resilience, and nation building. Friends, this is India's time. This is India's century. As India confidently marches towards its 100th year of independence in 2047, and confidently stakes a claim on the high table of the Committee of Nations as a developed and resilient nation, we all have to contribute towards this endeavor. And in this, cyber security, cyber resilience is going to be a very, very key factor. Friends, today, cyber security, cyber risks, cyber threats, cyber crimes are a clear and present danger for all of us. Danger for us at the individual level, at the family level, society level, community level, state and nation level. Any developed nation has to have homegrown technology, homegrown talent, resources to be a resilient nation. It is nothing short of war. You must be reading the media, seeing the audio media. Today's cyber security or cyber warfare is a mainstream agenda. We are aware of the recent conflict in Ukraine-Russia war. It's a classic case study for understanding and deployment of cyber warfare. Both the cyber warfare warriors behind the computer screens, as well as the soldiers in the front lines in the trenches, are playing an equally important role. In days to come, the national infrastructure in terms of banking, your power infrastructure, your transport infrastructure, water, your gas pipelines are all at risk. As nations deploy increasing level of technology, IT, ICT in their systems, we become vulnerable. Now I'll share a few thoughts at the broad macro level, at the strategy level, how we should approach cyber security. Friends, at the bottom of cyber security is the human being. Technology is no panacea. Technology is only static. It is the human beings manning this technology that is the most crucial link in this, our strategy for cyber security, cyber resilience. Go back to history, the Great Wall of China. Genghis Khan once told the great Mongol that this wall means nothing to me. This Great Wall of China, which was meant to keep intruders away from China, is only as strong as the courage of the soldiers manning it, as the resilience of the soldiers, as the innovative approach of the soldiers. So any kind of technology, what we deploy, end of the day, it is humans. And humans have got both plus and minus. We have resilience, ability to react, But as human beings, there are certain qualities which make us vulnerable in deployment of the technologies. So technology has to take into account the human factor. The second is technology the only solution? No. Before we deploy costly technology, have a look at your organization, your community, your society, or the individual level. Ask this first fundamental question: what kind of assets you want to secure? Second, you ask, what are the risks to these assets? Next question, what kind of technology I need to secure these risks and mitigate my assets? Next, the technology that we deploy, will it create new problems? Will it create new vulnerabilities in the system? And next is, what is the trade-off? Any cyber security investment is costly. You need to make a trade-off between the investments and the benefits. With these fundamental questions, then approach the technology partners. First, identify the need. It should never be that technology is creating a need for us. No. Please create a need for your organization. Identify the need. In fact, having bad cybersecurity without a thorough understanding of the needs of the organization is a much worse strategy than having no security at all. Identify the need, and then identify the technology, and then deploy it. In deployment of technology, we need to have certain parameters. We need to have depth of defense. I'll give an example of, you have heard of the Barings Bank. 1995, one single currency trader, Nick Nielsen, who bought this bank down. This was United Nations' oldest commercial bank. He was a currency trader. Since there were no checks and balances in the bank, he had access both to the front office and the back office for currency trading. He caused a loss of 800 US million pounds, British pounds, and the bank went bankrupt. It was bought by a Dutch company for only £1. So these are the kind of risks that are associated with. In any organization, you need depth of defense, which means you need checks and balances at multiple levels. We cannot depend on a single individual. Also, we cannot outsource our cyber security to any other agency. It has to be homegrown with ownership at all levels. Today, cyber security is a concern for every citizen of the nation. It is just not the CTO, the CFO, the CXO at every level, because then the second principle applies. The second principle is your cyber security perimeter, your cyber security systems are only as strong as the weakest link. Identify the weakest link, invest there. Adding more value or investments to the strongest points will not going to any yield results, optimal results. Go for the weakest link. And since technology is dynamic, evolving constantly, you need to keep assessing your weakest links. It is not static, it will keep moving. So two things, human beings are at the center of cyber security. You must understand the motivations, what drives your employees, as well as the mindset of the attackers. Today, the cyber security threat from the state and the non-state players is huge. I recently had gone to the Gift City in Ahmedabad. There I happened to go to the technology center of the National Stock Exchange. There they showed us in real time the origin of cyber threats across the world. And friends, it's a continuous non-stop traffic. It's happening in real time. For us, we have to be vigilant 24/7. For the attacker or the criminal or the non-state player to bring our systems down, It is just one moment of complacency. So it is here, human beings, depth of defense is extremely important. Now coming to a financial institution, friends, I've spent 38 years in the bureaucracy in Tamilnadu cadre across various sectors. I have a very long association with the power sector. In my stint as the IT secretary, in partnership with CDAC, Chennai, we had made a presentation to the NSA, Deputy NSA General Pant. We also used to interact with CERT-IN on basically securing our power sector, very, very crucial infrastructure. Today, in the Ukraine-Russia war, the first target is the power energy sector. Lot of power stations in Ukraine have gone off-grid, offline, for fear of cyber attacks. So part of the interaction was there. Then I am presently with the Tamilnadu Industrial Investment Corporation, a leading state finance corporation. For us, I've got a team of officers with me. We have taken a very, very conscious decision that all our IT initiatives will be first homegrown with our own talent, with total ownership. We will not outsource this function to any agency. We will buy appropriate technology or forge partnerships with key players at the required level. Now, as a part of this, for any financial institution, if you are not cyber resilient, you face risk of financial loss from phishing, ransomware, you face reputational risk, and you also face regulatory risk. No financial institution, whether it's a bank, NBFC, a state finance corporation, can afford to be lax or complacent on cyber security. Cyber security is not a cost. It is a key competitive advantage for the organization. Investment in cyber security systems, again with ownership by the employees. Because any system, insider threat is a very, very major threat. If we have a team of well-motivated, well-trained, passionate, and committed employees, trusted employees in our cybersecurity enterprise or systems, we have a reasonable chance of safety. There is no guarantee, cent% guarantee against a cyber attack. It is here, systems should be resilient. Systems cannot be brittle. You need to have compartments for your various operations. So in the event of an attack, the entire system should not go down. The compartments will ensure that if one part is hit, at least the other parts can recover. All of us, all organizations will face cyber threats, cyber attacks. It is our inner resilience, our ability to have homogeneous, non-homogeneous systems in the place will enable us to recover. Once an attack is there, we have minimized the damage, mitigate the damage, and do recovery. This is an essential part of our cyber security. Second is, you need to build moats. What we call the firewalls. You need to have multiple layers, a wall and a moat. A moat is a body of water across in elder times, in the middle times, and again castles they used to build. Have multiple ways. Do not have homogeneous systems. That is very, very essential. So in summing up, for an organization, cyber security in terms of ownership of the employees, keeping the technology as per your needs, resilience is extremely important. Friends, you read any media today, you will find mention about cyber security by the state and non-state actors or the national level. The national infrastructure is at great threat. The future wars will be fought not only on the frontiers of a nation, but also on the cyber front also, where we have to secure your crucial infrastructure so that the nation is not paralyzed in terms of its financial systems, in terms of its crucial infrastructure of transport, water, and energy. Recently, I was reading that in an economist that Americans have coined a new term, APT, Advanced Persistent Threats. These are threats which are embedded in the system and they lurk in the system and they get activated at an unknown point of time. Identifying the threats, taking a response takes a lot of effort. The proportion they say is if you have one cyber defender with you, there are 50 cyber attackers on operation outside. So this is the asymmetry of scale in terms of threats faced by us. And as mentioning, cyber security is about nation building. Every citizen has to play a role in this. So if India has to be a strong nation, a developed nation, it has to secure not only its border frontiers, it has to secure its crucial infrastructure, minimize the vulnerability of the system, and be a resilient nation. Friends, I also promote sustainability in a big way for the industries. The geopolitical context says that India is going to emerge as the hub for global supply chains, as the hub for manufacturing, high-end manufacturing. So if our industrial units have to be part of the global supply chains, they have to give an assurance to their purchaser across the world, Europe, US, Latin America, that their global supply chains are resilient. In this, there are going to be 3 dimensions. First is, we are going to use cutting-edge technology for our production. We're going to deploy Industry 4.0, Industry 5.0 for our production processes. Also, we're going to ensure that and assure our business partners that our supply chains are resilient, for which we are going to have very, very strong cyber security measures in place. And next is, our production is going to be sustainable. Sustainability is going to be there, in terms of which we are ESG compliant. So in this combination of high-end technology, cyber resilience, and sustainability of operations is going to propel and position India on the world stage as a developed nation, as the leader in manufacturing, high-end manufacturing, as the global hub for the global supply chains. So this is the kind of potential we're looking at. And to realize this potential, we will need partnerships across India. I request Cywayz and the council members, apart from this national membership we have, please open chapters in the major cities where the thought leaders, where the stakeholders come together, share the best practices, share the best technology, and interact and keep themselves relevant and do not become obsolete. The rate at which technology is marching ahead, obsolescence is built in every second. So it is incumbent upon all of us, whether you have the bureaucracy, from the industry, academia, partner together, share knowledge, share the best practices, create a common platform in which these initiatives for cyber security collectively to go make India a cyber resilient nation. Also, these initiatives will create one more very, very positive fallout, positive outcome in terms of creating jobs. All we do, friends, at the end of the day is we need to create jobs for our youth who are aspirational. India is a young nation. Our median age is 28 years. And this sector is something that can create huge number of jobs, not only in the major cities, but also in the tier 2 and tier towns of the nation. Along with the job creation, along with cyber resilience, along with the collective community, together we all can contribute to the march of the nation as the nation marches ahead confidently towards its 100th year and lays a claim on the community of nation, rightful claim as a developed, resilient nation. Friends, thank you and good day.